The mobile web has always been good at content discovery, but on the engagement metric, it tends to lag native apps. And if you have any doubts about that assertion, take a look at this data. You see that across the top 1,000 mobile apps compared to the top 1,000 mobile websites, mobile web does relatively well when it comes to just the number of users coming through. It's almost 3x what you have across the top 1,000 mobile apps. However, when you look at engagement, apps really dominate. You have almost 20x the engagement as measured in minutes on native apps. So that is kind of the more organic side of discovery. What if you are looking to advertise and pay for user acquisition? Well, even in that context, mobile web tends to be a way more cost-effective way to get users. A company called Housing.com in India studied this, and they found that their mobile web user acquisition rate was a 50th of what they were paying for a user for their Android app. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to add capabilities to the mobile web to bring up the ability for users to engage with it and have meaningful experiences over longer durations of time, whilst retaining all the inherent advantages that exist with the mobile web in terms of discoverability and low user acquisition costs. So here are the elements that have been missing on the web that prevent an app-like experience, or used to prevent an app-like experience. With an app, users are able to launch into it from their home screen. They're able to use it regardless of whether they're online or offline, or whether they have spotty connectivity. And they get push notifications to tell them when there is new and interesting content. With something called progressive web apps, we've addressed all of these. And rather than me kind of try and formulate a way to explain this to you, I think this article did a good job of eloquently stating it's taking the best of the web and best of mobile apps, and it's bringing that experience using web technologies. So to a user, it acts and feels like an app. So what does this look like to an end user? Let's walk through an experience. So say a user has visited your media site, and you have given them the option to add to home screen, which you can now do. If they choose to take you up on that option, what they will see is an icon on their home screen. So in this case, Biograph is the sample media PWA that we built out. And they're going to tap on that app. And when they do so, it will open up in a full screen experience. There is no evidence of any browser UI. It feels like an app already. Furthermore, if they try to use the task switcher, notice that it will show up as a task or an app on its own, as opposed to as Chrome browser, even though under the hood this is all just a mobile website. So it's Chrome that's powering it. When they update their version of Chrome, they will get the latest and greatest features that we're building in there. And by the way, the reason this is called progressive web apps is because we understand the notion that not all web APIs get adopted by all platforms at the same time. So these are built in a way such that they degrade gracefully. So if you are using a browser which doesn't have part of the capabilities that a progressive web experience entails, the user will still be able to interact with it and get most of the advantages. Just that one web API will not be available, or the benefits associated with that one web API will not be available to the user. So this experience is completely transparent to the user. As a developer, there is a mechanism for you to build it such that it degrades gracefully.